Today I have a book haul full of teacher books. Let me set them down. My name is Natalie Priester and I'm a teacher who likes helping other teachers. This week I decided to help by inspiring some teachers to do some reading, hopefully. Also, I'm going to share the books that I have recently brought into my house. Some of them I've read, some of them I haven't. I tend to buy a little more than I can read sometimes. But I'm going to share all these books with you. If you've read a book, please give me your feedback about the book in the comments below, especially if it's a book that I should read or I shouldn't read. I would love to hear your 2 cents. If I mention a book that you want to read, don't worry. You don't have to stop and write it down. I'll put a list below with the names of all of the books. So that's enough. Ready to go? Let's jump into these books. First up is You, Your Child, and School. Navigate Your Way to the Best Education by Sir Ken Robinson and Lou Aronica. I'm sure you've heard of Ken Robinson, especially if you're a teacher. He gave the most famous TED Talk ever, Do Schools Kill Creativity? Well, for this book, he broke out of his education, talking to teachers' voice, and instead he's talking to parents to guide them to really help their kids get what they need within our current school system. I actually did the audiobook of this first, and so I'd read it before my hardcover copy arrived. I'm working on a review of it. I love this book. So if you want more on this book, stay tuned because this one I actually went ahead and peeked at in advance. If you've seen my other videos, then you know that I really focus on building relationships with students. And I read a lot about these things, but when I read on my phone or I listen to audiobooks. But my husband and I have been working on actually building up a library of the best books to put on our shelves in our house. Kind of like a way to show off our little badges, we love these books, we read them, we support them. Anyways, my next couple books are books that are on my favorites list that I am working on rereading and showcasing. I'm hoping to send up some reviews of them later. If you're a teacher, these aren't really super teacher books, but they're books about life and human experience that teachers should totally read. So here we go. Next book is one of my favorites. It is Reclaiming Conversation, The Power of Talk in the Digital Age by Sherry Turkle. She's also the author of Alone Together, which I haven't read, but it's on my to-read list. In this book, Turkle talks about how our devices are affecting our work, home, politics, and even love. I picked this book up the first time because I worry about how my students are using their devices in the classroom, and I like her voice in this because we hear so much tech, 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 and everything that it's good to hear somebody saying hey, 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 slow down. So recommend this one. This book is The Village Effect, How Face-to-Face Contact Can Make Us Healthier and Happier. It is by Susan Pinker. She's the author of The Sexual Paradox. Can I say that in a teacher video? I did. I haven't read that book. This book focuses on how face-to-face human contact is needed to make us healthier, happier, live longer, and learn better. So that's my jump as a teacher. This book also has a chapter about babies that I am actually planning to reread right now that I am a newer-ish mom. Next book is Social, Why Our Brains Are Wired to Connect by Matthew D. Lieberman. Lieberman is a leading social neuroscientist. I'm an English teacher, but I have this neuroscience fangirl thing where I try to learn all about it. Honestly, I don't quite understand everything, but I like learning about neuroscience, and I really believe that it's going to impact education and help to tell us how we should be educating our kids. Well, in this book, Lieberman claims that social interaction, the face-to-face kind, is actually more of a human need than shelter and food. Yeah, it's pretty a strong statement, but if you're a teacher like me, you know that kids' number one goal is to socialize, but that's because they're wired that way. I love this book, and it's bright yellow because it should get all of your attention. This book is UnSelfie, Why Empathetic Kids Succeed in Our All About Me World by Michele Borba. This book is new. I think it's been out a year or two. Anyways, teachers, you need to read this book. Did you know that teens are 40% less empathetic than they were 30 years ago? Yeah, that's totally because of the tech. Well, there might be other things, but a lot of it's because of the tech. And so on my trend of investigating tech versus face-to-face, I found this book. Borba gives a 9-step plan to help teachers and parents build their kids' empathy. This is my favorite classroom management book. It's called Better Than Carrots or Sticks, Restorative Practices for Positive Classroom Management. I've already read this, but I didn't have a paper copy. I picked one up while ordering one for my sister who just finished her credential program. I love this book. It's written by Dominic Smith, Doug Fisher, and Nancy Fry. They're all from Health Science High and Middle College in San Diego. I also had the privilege of taking classes with Doug Fisher and Nancy Fry during my last master's program at San Diego State. If you are a teacher, you've probably read some of their books because they've written more than 30 books to help teachers build positive cultures and increase student learning in their schools. It's a short book that will teach you a lot about classroom management. The next pile of books I'm going to discuss are books that I actually have not read yet, and I didn't buy them. If you are from San Diego, you probably know Dave Burgess, or just let me put it this way, you know the Teach Like a Pirate guy, Dave Burgess? Anyways, I was on an edu hike with him about a year ago, and afterwards he was like, come to my car, and he gave books that are from his consulting company that he runs with his wife. I had a baby since then and did not have time to sit down and really pay attention to the books like I wanted to, but I'm hoping to read them all very soon. So here's what's in my stack from Dave Burgess's trunk. First book in the stack is Launch: Using Design Thinking to Boost Creativity and Bring Out the Maker in Every Student by John Spencer and AJ Giuliani, both educators who encourage creativity. When this book came out, there was a big buzz around it, especially in my Google Innovator cohort. Hey, MTV 16. Anyways, we were really curious about this book because design thinking is something that's really growing in our schools, and a lot of people don't know where to get started with it. So this book is actually a guide to help teachers get ready to bring design thinking in for any subject matter and any grade level in their schools and to start it right away. My second Dave Burgess book is Explore Like a Pirate: Gamification and Game-Inspired Course Design to Engage, Enrich, and Elevate Your Learners by Tara. This book, hey look, it's actually a little autograph in here, see that? I hope you enjoy your gamification book. Anyways, this one Dave gave to us, obviously, and I feel really bad that I haven't read it, especially because I am interested in gamification. And this book is actually packed with 120 plus strategies to help you gamify your classroom. So I want to open this up and get some new ideas before I prepare for my next school year. The tiniest book in my stack, look how tiny it is. My tiniest one is Instant Relevance: Using Today's Experience to Teach Tomorrow's Leaders by Denis Sheeran. This book says that it will help students answer the question, when am I ever going to use this? Which, they ask all the time. So it's about taking all the information out there, and it teaches you how to make it relevant to your students. How fun is this cover? My next Burgess book is Play Like a Pirate: Engage Students with Toys, Games, and Comics. Make your classroom fun again. That already sounds like a fun title, and it's a super fun cover. This book is written by Quinn Rollins, who is a social science teacher. And did you know that when he travels and teaches other teachers, he takes a little rubber ducky with him? Like, the rubber ducky's listed as one of the authors, which I thought was super cute. This book obviously is to teach you how to have more fun in your classroom. Teachers who are on Twitter, you've probably seen the hashtag Kids Deserve It. This is the book that started it all. Kids Deserve It: Pushing Boundaries and Challenging Conventional Thinking by Todd Neslani and Adam Welcome. Todd, I hope I said your last name right. Please correct me if I messed it up. Todd and Adam are both elementary principals, and they wrote this book to make learning fun, help students feel important, and create positive relationships with parents. By the way, it also has a recommendation by the founder of Kid President, Brad Montague. Next Dave Burgess book didn't actually come from his trunk. I bought this one, but I figured I'd throw it in since it was on my shelf. It's called The Zen Teacher: Creating Focus, Simplicity, and Tranquility in the Classroom by Dan Tricario. I've actually had the pleasure of meeting Dan in San Diego Computer Using Educator meetups and conferences. And in this book, he is trying to encourage teachers to slow down, breathe, and focus on what really matters in their classroom and in their own life, because teaching is hard. Okay, for my last pirate book, look, Dave Burgess, Teach Like a Pirate. A pirate book. P is for Pirate: Inspirational ABCs for Educators. This one is written by Dave Burgess and his wife, Shelley Burgess. She helps run their consulting company, and she's an educational leader. It is illustrated by Genesis M. Kohler. Now, this one I have to open up because the illustrations are so vivid. See? Oh, that was a polar bear. What else we got here? I'm just opening a random page. What do we got? Oh yeah, this is like party. Got a little light bulb. We have ideas. We have a magician. So this book is filled with ideas collected from Dave and Shelley and more than 70 other educators. Now, I can't believe it's on my shelf. I need to actually, I'll read it with my daughter and I'll let her look at the pretty pictures and I will read the text and feel inspired. By the way, Dave, thank you for all of the generous books that you gave me during our Edu hike. And now it's time for my last book. This one is from another publishing company that I know. It is from EdTech Team Press. Hey, EdTech Team people. This book just came in the mail today and I'm excited about it because it's about Google Cardboard, which, by the way, you know those old viewfinders that went like this and then you would look and see the slideshow? You know, the old people, I know you've seen those, but in schools now they have cardboards, which are an affordable virtual reality viewer that students can use. This book tells teachers how to get started with them. It's a really simple guidebook. And what's really cool is that it's written by a bunch of my edgy friends and real friends. It's written by Holly Clark, Sylvia Duckworth, Jeffrey Heil, David Hotler, Donnie Piercy, and Lisa Thulman. By the way, Jeffrey Heil is one of my mentors, so I'm really proud of Jeff for doing this. But people, you should read this book because cardboard is an easy way to bring a whole new world into your classroom. So I'm going to check it out soon. I'm glad it just came in the mail. I'm done. That's my first book haul. I hope that you heard of some books that you found interesting. If you have any comments on the books I mentioned, please put them down below. If you are interested in purchasing one of those books, I put the list down there too. And full disclosure, they are Amazon affiliate links, but that means that if you buy one, I get a little bit of money to help with my book fund, so I will be able to talk about more books with you next time. Also, I am planning on writing reviews of a lot of these books, so if you subscribe, you will be notified of those. My first one is the You, Your Child in School by Ken Robinson. So that one I think I'll actually put up very, very soon. If you like this, hit the like button, subscribe, please share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, if you want to be friends, like if we're real friends or if you want to be internet friends, I'll put my social media links below too so that we can share our ideas and learn from each other. Okay, bye teachers, bye everybody. Thank you for watching.